everyone, my name is Noor and I am a tutor at I Achieve Learning. Today what I'll be discussing with you all is providing you with 6 different tips that can be used for high school students to enhance your studying skills. Tip number 1 is to take a break from social media. If you're going to start on that paper due tomorrow, the first thing you really need to do is turn off your phone's notification or keep it in a drawer far away from your sight so that you don't get distracted when a notification appears on your screen or brightens up your tablet. Constantly checking your social media accounts each time a notification pops up will only distract you from finishing the work at hand or even starting in the first place. Tip number 2 is to find a peaceful spot to study. Create a study-friendly environment by finding a space inside your home where you can't hear conversations from your parents or your siblings. I know that, given the current COVID situation and many of us and our family members being at home, this could be a little difficult to do. However, it is really important to even find that little quiet corner, if available, to help you gather your thoughts and complete your work when necessary. If you can't find a peaceful corner at home, if available, you may want to try going to a coffee shop or a library if they're open in your area. Again, given the current pandemic, this may not be available everywhere, but it is an option to consider. Tip number 3 is to be engaged, take notes, and listen during discussions. Our minds naturally wander, and so when this happens as humans, our focus is usually removed from the present, which means we're not absorbing the material being taught. Participating in class is really still one of the best study skills for high school students to build. It helps you stay focused on what's being taught. Ways that you can do this is by raising your hand to ask questions, whether this is virtually or in person these days, engaging in class discussion, and of course, taking notes. One method of note-taking that I find really helpful is to rephrase your notes in a way that helps you better grasp the concepts. If this doesn't work for you necessarily, another method you could try is to try drawing pictures in your notes instead. This is really helpful for visual learners. Another study tip that I have for high school students is to use colorful highlighters in organizing information. Some students thought that using colorful Sharpies or highlighters to highlight text is just for aesthetic reasons, but in reality, this does help emphasize key points from lectures and books. Highlighters are quite an effective technique to use if you're looking for tips on how to study for tests, how to memorize certain key notes that are important, memorizing different concepts from multiple structures and subjects, etc. Make use of your extra time wisely is my next tip. If you're dismissed from class early because of a faculty meeting or whatever it may be, use that time to browse your notes and review some of the topics that you may find difficult to understand. You may also want to go to the library if available and finish your homework while waiting for your next class. This may create the impression that you're an overly studious person, but who cares? You get a lot of free time after class, unlike your classmates who still have to take their activities at home. And the final study tip that I have is to use a planner to track your homework and other tasks. Majority of students find a lot of homework unnecessary, right? We've been there, we've done that. But the truth is, homework is designed to really help and reinforce what's being taught in class. Repetition is often the key to memorizing something, and it's one of the key skills for high school students that should not be missed. So a better way of staying on top of your assignments is by tracking them. You can begin with buying a planner that's both visually appealing and functional, or you can even download a study planner from the App Store. And with that, those are my tips for studying within high school. I know we're all going through a very difficult time right now given the COVID situation and the rules and regulations surrounding academics in school, but I do hope that those tips did help the high school students, and I hope that you use them. Thank you.